Jets-Falcons are the first of two London games, is the first of two London games this season. And you know who's on the broadcast team tomorrow morning? It just happens to be our friend, Melissa Stark. And wouldn't you know it, she's kind enough to join us today, this morning, nay, this afternoon. Good afternoon, Melissa. How are they getting that stadium ready there behind you? I know they had the music blasting. It seems that they turned it down out of respect for your hip.
We just got them to turn that down. That's the kind of power we have in this gorgeous, state-of-the-art Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It is home to the Spurs soccer team, but it was also built for the NFL. There were two games. The first two games ever played here were in 2019. We missed last year, of course, due to COVID. So tomorrow will be the third game. It's amazing. There are designated NFL locker rooms. It seats over 62,000 fans, and it was custom built. I have a little fact sheet here. With an NFL field beneath the Spurs' retractable pitch. Okay, so the soccer field's broken up into three trays that are literally rolled out on a track, and that takes about 4 hours, and it makes way for the NFL AstroTurf underneath. It's unbelievable. It's the first of its kind in the world, and guess what? It weighs 10,000 tons. You know how many pounds that is? 20 million. Okay, the pitch has special lighting, irrigation, robotic mowers. I mean, the technology is just insane. It's unbelievable. And so back to the field, the Jets had their walkthrough here earlier today, and the Falcons are having their walkthrough at their practice facility by their hotel. They both have meetings later today. So they said it's a typical Saturday, just happens to be in London. The weather, it's spectacular. It's not typical London weather at all. The sun is shining. It's mid-60s, no rain in the forecast. Mike, I'm really looking forward to that because I'm going to be on the sidelines for the game tomorrow.
Yeah, that is awesome. Don't go hitting any buttons because the field might disappear again and then the soccer pitch will come out. It'll be a mess.
I might get sucked into some vortex.
We don't want that, Melissa. You talked about today being a typical day, except the fact that it's in London. Have the teams had any chance to do any sightseeing around the town?
Well, it's an interesting question because I talked to a number of the players about it. Tight end Kyle Pitts from the Falcons, he said, I've never been to London. I'm so excited to see some of the sights. But then you talk to quarterback Matt Ryan, who, of course, has been here. He's played here. And he said, you know what? I have 3.5-year-old twins at home. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to take advantage of this time to get some rest. And then I talked to the Jets, and quarterback Zach Wilson, of course, has never played here. He said he's looking forward to getting some rest and finding a good meal. It's really, this trip is, they said, don't come over with a tourist mindset. It's really a business trip, and it's about getting their bodies right and getting their bodies acclimated because as long as the flight is over here, Mike, both teams are sitting at 1-3. It's a lot longer going home if you go home at 1-4.
It's a business trip for you as well, Melissa, but you know what? We're going to give you some time to go see the town later today. But we are not done with you. I believe we're bringing you back a little bit later, so Thank you very much. But music up. Music up. Feel free. Thank you, Melissa. All right, Zach Wilson coming off his best game as a pro, gentlemen, almost 300 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. Mike Robb, somebody tells me that you like what you've seen so far.
Absolutely, I like what I'm seeing out of Zach Wilson. I mean, he's a rookie quarterback, so he's going to have his mistakes. He's going to have his issues. But last week, you saw the arm talent kind of come out, right? You saw some of those passes to Corey Davis down the football field. I mean, rolling to his right, directed traffic, keeping the – I mean, this throw right here is probably the best throw of the game. And the guy's arm talent is definitely there, okay? That's why he tries some of the crazy passes. He has 8 interceptions, and he has 16 sacks taken. If he can eliminate some of the bad plays out of his game, just throw the ball away some, get down whenever guys are close to you so that you don't get hurt, and, so that you can eliminate or eliminate the risk of a lot of bad plays. If he could do that, man, this kid is going to have a very, very bright future. And again, he has the arm talent. That's something that you can clearly see every time the ball comes out of his hands.
Mike Robb, move over Prince William and Prince Harry. It's time to introduce London to Quinnen and Quincy Williams of the Jets. First brothers to ever both record a sack in the same game last week in that big win over the Titans. They'll try to do it today or tomorrow again against the Falcons. Now, this is an unbelievable story because Quincy Williams, the third-round draft pick out of Division II Murray State. Quinnen was the big-time recruit, number 3 overall pick out of Alabama. Quincy got cut back in August by the Jaguars. They told him, we don't even want you back on the practice squad. He gets claimed off waivers by the Jets. Now a starter, had 12 tackles last week, a big tackle for loss in overtime on top of that sack. The two are actually roommates right now. I do hear Quincy might move out soon, but I can assure you, Mike, he is not leaving the family.
Bunk beds? Do we have bunk beds? Do I hear that? Listen, I heard Melissa talk about this being a business trip for these teams. Robert Saleh is learning on the job like any first-year head coach is learning on the job. And just talking to guys around there, they're saying it's amazing what he's learning week to week and how he's making adjustments and how he's letting us know that you tighten things up, you have more of a professional atmosphere, and we're going to win some games. And they really felt like the tone going into last week was as good as it's been at any point since Robert Saleh has taken over. And no surprise, they won the football game. So that's what I'm looking for. How does this Jets team come out? Are they playing with an attitude that they know that they can win the football game? Because it certainly looked that way to me last week, D. Hall. And not surprisingly, they won the game.
They expected to win.
Yeah, and I just think about the Atlanta Falcons and Matt Ryan, right? I watched them last week play the Washington football team, and Matt Ryan was finding new ways to get guys open. Arthur Smith was putting Cordell Patterson in different situations to exploit those matchups. So, here I am thinking Matt Ryan, oh no, he's lost it. I mean, this dude still can throw that football all over the field. I know he'll probably be without Calvin Ridley, but I still like what Matt Ryan's doing. I like the way this Atlanta Falcons offense are just leaning on their playmakers. Next man up mentality. Doesn't matter who that guy is. To watch Cordell Patterson have that type of day just goes to show you Matt's going to get the football to whatever guy's open.
I love it. You're speaking my language. Cordero Patterson, I want to come back.